name is Carmen Scafidi, and I teach graphic design and web development. Like many kids did in the 90s back in the day, we loved comic books, and really what I loved was the art of the comic books. We wanted to make our own comic book when we were kids, so we would try to draw and come up with stories and different characters. Just kind of felt like it was a fun transition from like bringing art and actually making it, like bringing it to life. When I was a kid, it was just fun to do, and then I think later in life, probably much later actually, like after college even, is kind of where I was like, oh, like art and graphic design, like they're different, but I can kind of bring them together in a way. I realized that I could start solving problems with graphic design, and that is what really intrigued me. I was working at an architectural firm. I eventually became their graphic design manager there. Eventually, I made that jump into figuring out like, oh, I can start, helping the interior team with the branding and all this sort of stuff. But I didn't just land there. I kind of built my way up there. So I started learning Photoshop and InDesign and Illustrator while on the job. Hard Rock was an incredible brand to work for, and that was the connection that some of the people that I had worked with in the architectural firm ended up working in Hard Rock. They brought me in as a graphic designer, and great brand, and then I met a whole bunch of other people there, so the networking really happened, and it was a lot of fun. That was one of the best places. Now, I love art and design, but I also love music, right? So I'm actually playing a band, I like playing guitar, I play bass, all that fun stuff. So this was like the perfect meld of the things that I love the most. The position evolved for sure. I would also add to working with the marketing team and helping them with some of their artwork, and then also working with print vendors and getting environmental graphics going inside of these hotels, casinos, and cafes that they had. So we did a lot with the print companies, and we did a lot with activation of like the spaces. And not only that, but Hard Rock is known for their differential is the memorabilia. If you've ever walked into a Hard Rock, right, they have tons of stuff that goes on the walls, and all that needs to have the story to tell, right? I would help tell that story with a lot of the team members there. I think when I started out, I really didn't understand design principles. Some people say that they have the eye, right? The eye for design, right? And like I might have been like, oh yeah, I have the eye for design. I can lay things out. But that only can take you so far. You do need to have a little structure, a little purpose, and understanding design principles really did make me evolve as a designer. So I can't recommend that enough. And that's something that we teach here. I like to throw in some real world examples, like as I'm reading the PowerPoint or whatever, and I say, this reminds me of a time when I was doing this, and here's an example of how I would actually use this exact philosophy with things that I've done. You're not just reading off of a screen here, this is stuff that I've actually done. So I try to connect the dots for them. F.I.R.S.T gives the students here a great roundabout education on everything that they need to know for graphic design and getting that first job. We cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. We love to open the door for them, show them as much as we can. Open up the doors, and then hopefully they can run through that door and then take that information and run with it. If they can do that, they can definitely get jobs in the industry. My advice would be, if you're passionate and you want to do this, don't give up. Keep going with it and stay strong with it, and you'll figure it out. We teach a lot of the stuff that you would be doing out in the real world, so it's going to be a great mix of real world education combined with learning the basics. You're going to learn software, you're going to learn principles, you're going to learn how to be a professional. So all of the things that you would need in the real world, you're going to get it here.